Hey, Greg. How are you?
Oh, slightly dismayed. I've been running, I've been trying to update my implementation to see if I can get some parallelization going. And I've just completed that work. I ran some benchmarks and it's slower than the synchronous process. It's slower and uses more memory. So I'll continue to toy with it. I'm running my benchmark on the test suite, which isn't really like production type data. It's simple schemas, but
It's not the point though, is it?
The results aren't promising.
Hey, Jason.
Hello.
I just had a message from Ben He said he would run in a couple of minutes. Other than that, I don't know if Julian is joining us. Hey, Ben.
Hi, everyone. And my apologies for the delay.
No worries.
I needed to restart my laptop because of some problems with the Zoom client. So, yeah. How is everyone doing? All good?
Too hot.
Good.
Although apparently not as hot as in Spain. So
Here is super hot. So I'm with a ventilator here. Today we have like 38 degrees or so. So, yeah. Yeah. So are we ready to start?
yeah.
Shall we wait for a minute?
Yeah, maybe give Julian a minute and we'll see if anybody else turns up. I don't know where Julian is today. I think we should use a method to indicate whether, if we explicitly don't intend to attend the meetings. I've noticed on the OpenJS Foundation meeting issues, they have a little thumbs up, thumbs down if they intend to attend the meeting or not. I think we should probably do something like that. Then we don't wait around for people.
Yeah, I like it. So I can create an issue suggesting it to see if we can agree on that.
I think there's something for a maybe as well, but I can't remember.
We have done something similar to this in the past, or do we have an agreement on how to communicate if we are planning to attend or
no,
no, right?
No, we haven't.
Okay, I'll create an issue to get feedback. Okay. shall we start then with the agenda for today? Let's go then. I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen? With the meeting etiquette, I'm okay, cool. As always, let's start with the meeting etiquette. We are going to record this session to share it with the community and also in YouTube. If someone in this meeting is again sharing this publicly in the YouTube channel, just let me know privately and I will take care of no uploading this one. If not, I will load it by tomorrow. We encourage everyone to challenge any language or behavior that is harmful or not inclusive for against our code of conduct. We will try to remain on mute when other person is speaking and use the Zoom reactions to ask for a turn to speak. And with any further ado, the agenda for today has 3 items. The first item, the classic review of the previous action items of the last session. After that, we have a topic added by Ben regarding one comment that was added in the JSON Schema charter regarding if we should focus just in JSON data or more than just JSON data. Later, Ben can elaborate on that. And the last topic is regarding the issue 300, focused on the website analytics. We are still on time to add more topics, so if someone wants to add another topic to the agenda, just add a comment or directly edit the issue. Any comment before starting with this? Let's go then with the review of the action items of the last meeting. We captured 3 action items. The first one was for JSON with the intent of capturing his thoughts regarding the scope of the JSON of the new version of the spec. We have this issue 415 when Greg was adding what is, in his opinion, the current scope of the main topics to discuss, and Jason did the same. So now it's time for me to put everything together and add a new topic in the upcoming meeting to see if we can agree in what is the scope. So thank you very much for the effort, Jason. Any comment regarding this issue? Great, thank you. As I said, Jason. Next action item was for me and was regarding modifying the current version of the contributing guidelines of the spec. We had this issue opened. No, sorry, this, let me check first. Okay, I'm linking this one because this is the objective we discussed in the summit, but the real issue is this one, created by Ben. When you, Ben, raised that some updated information of the contributing guidelines, so, and 3 different options, add a note saying that is updated, remove the content and add that is outdated, or creating a new one from scratch. And I created a new one from scratch, and is available here for review. Is this one? So happy to get thoughts and feedback about this one. So this is why this is updated. And finally, before going to the next topic, any comment regarding this one?
On your contributors thing, I think I've left a comment linking to a GitHub action. You had mentioned something about wanting to follow the all contributors spec. I left a comment somewhere. May not have been on the
Yeah.
PR.
I remember that one. It's not exactly in this PR, it's in the probably in a discussion in the community
Okay.
repo. So no, I
Yeah.
remember that one. So yeah.
So it basically, I think what it does is it goes and grabs all the people that have contributed. I'm not sure if it creates a PR or if it just leaves a comment for you to add it. I haven't played with it at all yet. Someone mentioned it in the maintainers group, and I thought it was relevant here. I'll probably try to put it onto my repo as well. It looks pretty neat. So if I do that, I'll share any experience I get from it.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't remember if I exactly adding the adopting all contributors. Yeah. This is the issue associated with the roadmap regarding refining the contributor journey. And I'm suggesting, I don't know if this was added by me or someone else. Okay, anyways, in the group of tasks associated on improving the contributor experience, the contributor journey, I'm adding an action item to evaluate if we can improve the current way in how we praise contributors, if we have such a thing. And one of the things is adopting all contributors. The reason is for me, it's simple. We will have contributions in repos outside the organization, and this can be challenging to get those in the same list. And second, add contributors that are not code based. Happy to explore other options. And if in the future this is like overwhelming because it's too much work, because we have too many contributions, I'm happy to get that as an issue for the future, and we will deal with that. Yeah. Okay, is here too. So thank you for the comment, Greg. And going back to the action items pending from the last session, there is one pending regarding creating the new channels for the TSC discussions and archiving the collaborators channel. The PR is already ready to merge. So as soon as it's merged, I will start with the plan of communicating in collaborators channel and giving 1 week of time to get like concerns from the other members of that channel. But I mean, we have been discussing about this for weeks. I don't expect as much, but there is no reasons to run in the last week. My question is, who is going to merge this one? Should I?
Merge it.
Okay,
There
thank
we
you,
go.
Ben.
It's merged. It's been open
Thank
for
you.
a week.
So I have tasks to start with for tomorrow morning. Thank you. Okay, and now we can proceed with the agenda for today. The first topic is yours, Ben. I'm going to open the comment, and I can keep sharing the screen if you prefer, or I can stop sharing, up to you. You're on mute, Ben.
Yeah, I'm just bringing that up myself. So yes, this is in the primary list of concerns as what's like in scope for the organization or the project. And in here we have the validation of JSON data. As Karen pointed out, it's not just data, but data that's compatible with the JSON document model, such as YAML and other derivatives. And Greg pointed out JSON compatible data or anything will will translate into the JSON data model. And through our discussion, we've thought it's the JSON data model that we define in the specification. And we're just wanted some further thoughts on if we can modify the phrasing of validation of JSON data and annotation of JSON data to be something that better reflects the fact that it's the JSON data model that we've constructed as opposed to just JSON data. Or even if we need to, like, is there anything to be gained by adding that here? Are people going to read JSON data model and understand that means anything that will translate into JSON? Or do we need to make that more obvious in some other way here or somewhere else? So I'll leave that open to thoughts.
I don't know. In terms of the charter, I think definitely keep JSON data, but maybe is our charter that we also want to be able to validate JSON compatible? Is that one of our goals? Or is our goal to validate JSON?
Well, as soon as you open it up to be able to validate, like YAML, for example, then there are lots of things in YAML that don't translate directly into JSON.
Right.
Which is why we have that, or why implementations that do have that conversion step to the simplified JSON data model. I think, if you were to say other things which are similar to JSON, then you open a whole raft of things, and then you have to work out which of those things is the ones that you want to support. I mean, to my mind, limiting it to JSON data gives us a well-defined boundary as to what we consider our remit to be. I feel like it's always been that, although I think there has been some areas where it extends beyond that, such as having binary data, like in post payloads, and I guess into the whole media type thing, which I think is still in the validation spec. But that's an area of the spec I'm a bit fuzzy on.
What if we leave this as it is here, and then in the secondary concerns we list validation of other JSON compatible formats?
Yeah, I mean, we could do that.
Because then it becomes apparent that JSON is our focus, but we will support, we do have a goal of supporting these other compatible formats as well.
Do we though? Like, do we want to support YAML? Do we want to add keywords which are specifically to support different things which effectively compile into JSON?
I don't think that we want to directly support those other formats. No, I think we want to be able to support those data in those formats as translatable to JSON. That's wording can be figured out, but
I don't see a problem with just saying JSON compatible data. I mean, we're not committing to any specific format or anything, and anything that wants to work with JSON schema has to be compatible with JSON. That's seems like plenty.
Yeah, I would agree. Greg, do you see that as any different to what you're suggesting?
I think that
No.
was what he was suggesting.
Yeah,
Okay, I obviously misunderstood then. JSON
I
compatible
think
data.
it's the same thing I was saying. But to Karen's point, I do think it's important to leave the door open to syntaxes that can be translated into JSON. Maybe not in the charter. I'm not sure.
I thought that's what we were suggesting by saying anything that's compatible with JSON is
Yeah,
it's part of what we care about.
yeah,
That includes a subset of YAML
yeah.
without having to, say we support YAML or do anything special for YAML.
Yeah, I mean that could, allow us to, for example, if data was provided as part of the implementation, to give error feedback or process feedback via the output format, which could then be applied to the correct location in the original YAML, as opposed to having to do some sort of like back translation stuff. I might just be talking rubbish, but like yeah, I can see how that makes sense. So yeah, let's go with JSON compatible data, and I think that covers what we're asking, right? Cool. We go with that.
I like it. I like it too. We are not committing to anything, and it can project ourselves that we are not like a closed project or closed ecosystem, just looking into what is our obvious scope. Rather than that, we are like looking into what are the needs of our community, and for them, it's important to, enhance those interoperability options with other formats. I mean, we are not replying to people asking for about YAML that this is not their community, right? So we are already doing so. So it's just committing what we are doing and can be perceived as positive with our intentions. So yeah, I love what we agreed here. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen again to open the agenda. And the last topic, if we don't have more comments, we don't, but we are still on time. If something pops in your mind, is the issue 300 regarding web analytics. This has been added automatically with the GitHub actions that adds here everything tagged with agenda and putting here the author. But the reality is that it wasn't tagged by me, was tagged by you, Ben. Basically, I can put a little bit of context and you can continue. So I'm working with some contributors in completing everything for the releasing the new website. And I was asking about analytics this week to BAM, and I'm assuming that this is the reason why you are tagged this one with agenda. So yeah, this is the small piece of context. Ben, all yours.
Yeah, I mean, this has become a bit more prominent because Google Analytics is releasing a new version, which is what our website currently runs on. And the old version will stop working if it hasn't already. I can't remember the exact date when it stops collecting data. And there are a few different options. We could upgrade to the new version, but actually we were looking at moving to something which is more likely to be GDPR compliant. Previously we mentioned plausible as a solution, and we kind of agreed that that would be a reasonable solution. Cloudflare does have a solution for analytics which is paid, but it doesn't really fit within a reasonable budget, and the free offering they have is not sufficient for what we want. I looked at the pricing for this, and it's going to work out about £50 a month until we hit over 500,000 page views per month, and we're about 100,000 away from that. So I just thought I'd raise this again in case anybody has any thoughts or comments or concerns or questions. And if not, then we'll go with that, and we'll fund that from our Open Collective for now, with a view that it's likely that the OpenJS Foundation will fund that once we graduate as a project.
I mean, I agree on start using Plausible. We can also start with the free account for the moment, as at least in the last stage of the development and testing before going live to production. And in that period, we can just upgrade to the paid version. And to add a little bit more of context, there is a plan created. I'm going to access the roadmap and go to the website works here. Instead of that one, I'm going to go to the documentation one. I already add an action item here. Okay, here. There is one person called Akanksha that is one of the Google Summer of Code applicants that wasn't selected, but she was like the second choice for Voti. She is amazing, and she's contributing to docs, to the docs. This person, and this is the one sending pull request, the one that you asked during the weekend, Greg. This is the context, and basically, in the next wave of work, she will be working in improving the examples format, and I added here the enabling the analytics for the new website. So this is the right time, in my opinion. This is the full context, and myself or Akansa both will take care of setting up everything. What do you think? Do we have green light for starting with this?
Sounds good to me.
Great. Next question, for logistics. What is the best email account to link to the initial setup? Probably, I didn't test everything regarding Plausible. Probably there will be like a team account when we can add more team members or something. I'll check. If we initially have to create just one single account, I'll ask in the collaborators channel to see what is best. Probably yours, Ben, right?
Yeah, I mean, for setting up the free account, just go ahead and use your email, I guess. And then when we need to work out team access, we'll do that.
Great. I'll keep everyone posted. Another question, again for logistics. Are we storing the data, access data, or so regarding the product? Are we using in somewhere? Like, I don't know, if we are using Cloudflare or we are going to use Plausible.
Yeah, Do you mean just keeping a record of what we're using?
Of
or
the
you-
platforms, yes, a record
Yeah.
of the platforms we are using.
in
Just in
the-
case someone continues the work, they have everything they need.
Yeah, so in the community repo, there's a infrastructure.md document, which details all of the third-party services we're using for various things and where things are hosted.
Thanks.
Yeah, good catch. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll update that one, and probably there will be some dated information. So I'm not going also to add plausible, but also check if something is outdated or missing. Yeah, thank you. Any other comment before wrapping up?
The only thing I wanted to ask is, Jason, you mentioned previously that you hadn't heard from your Google Summer of Code mentee. Have you heard anything since then, or are you still not getting anything?
No, she didn't show up to the meeting, our scheduled meeting last week either. I need to try to contact her again and see what's going on.
I had a conversation with her. I thought that she will be connecting this week, but seems not. So let me, before we start with different actions, let's say, let me check. This session is being recorded, so I don't want to share anything that is if she's not here. But yeah, let me check. I know that she is extremely interested, but yeah, I'll check and update you, Jason, and the other mentors regarding what is the current status. Okay. Cool. How is before closing? So I said that Madrid is extremely hot. How is New Zealand right now? Same, or it should be better, right?
We're cool and rainy.
Okay, I like it. We can exchange.
Yeah. I think we're in the high teens, probably low 20s, maybe it gets that warm. But then it's also wet. Jason, for you, that's in the 50s and 60s.
Well, I'm at Lake Tahoe right now, and it's been chilly, about the same temperatures as you, Greg. But starting tomorrow, it's supposed to warm up. So hopefully I'll be able to get out on the water without freezing to death.
Enjoy it. Okay, anyways, let's wrap up. It was great to see you all. Take care. Have a great rest of the day. Let's continue the discussion in Slack. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.